So the Salt Lake Bicycle Collective regularly gets some pretty awesome donations, and this is one such. This is a Bridgestone MB-1 from 1992. Now these are pretty awesome. And as much as I would love to take this home with me, this bike is going back to the Bicycle Collective. After we go through it a bit, clean it up, swap some of the bits to be a little more correct with what would have been originally installed, and then we'll take it back there and it will likely be for sale. It's a super cool bike, highly collectible, in really, really good condition. It just needs a little tuning up. So let me show you the bike. So, like I said, 1992, Bridgestone MB-1. Things that I think are original on it. It's got, I think, original cranks, original pedals. I'm not sure whether or not the Dior LX, the old school Dior LX front derailleur was original. Fairly sure the rear STX is not, because it wasn't around in 92. Pretty sure this rear wheel is likely original. Rims, we've got the Ritchie Vantage comps. We got die comp brakes, which I think were original. I think the seat post, it's a Ritchie seat post, is original. The saddle, maybe, maybe not. I think whoever got this swapped it out right away. Then we've got the bar ends pulled back, I think, for an upright position. We've got the STX rapid fire shift levers, which I do not think were original. I think it had Suntour thummies and Diacomp levers. We've got the Diacomp front brakes. The Manitou fork was likely not original, but this is a Manitou 1, came out in 92 and was probably installed, I would guess, when it was purchased, which is super, super cool. Front wheel is likely original. Handlebar is probably, stem, probably not. So what I have to swap out, I've got a riser bar that I want to put on there. I've got a couple options for 1-inch quill stems that I want to explore. I've got some Suntour 7-speed thummies, a Dior LX rear derailleur that we're going to make put on to make it match the rear. I've got Diacomp brake levers, and we've got a turbo saddle that I'm going to be putting on there. At least that's the plan right now. Let's get to it. So earlier, this felt seized up. I've had it sitting in the rack now for a little while. And now it moves. I've done nothing. I've done nothing to this fork except for hang it in the stand. And I don't know what the heck happened. It feels like there's now nothing in there. My shop is a little warm because it's like been 90 degrees outside. I don't know what's going on. We're gonna have to take that off because it's not working now. So I've got the fork off and apart, and you can see the stanchion, the elastomers have gone to goop. There's even still some elastomer goo at the bottom of this fork tube. And there's some more of the other side on this side. It's probably a pile of goop too. I'm going to see what I can clear out. I may be able to use some other elastomers in here, make it workable. I'm not sure. I'm going to see what I can do though. Elastomer goop. This elastomer. Oh, nastiness. Ugh. I think maybe trying to move the fork mushed up some of the elastomers. This one feels like it's close to turning into just sticky goo. So I've looked into how to clean up the elastomers. I can heat them up. It's actually cooler today and everything is now nice and stiff again. So one, heating it, and two, cleaning it up with acetone will work well also. Acetone breaks down plastics and things like that, so I'm going to use a glass jar, soak some of these bits, clean them up, then I'll use a rag and other things to clean up the elastomer goop and stuff on the insides of both the stanchions and the fork lowers. So I'm going to get to that. Thanks to RJ the bike guy who did one of these about a year ago. Good tips from him. So we're going to do that, clean this up, and keep going. Okay, so I have these old Judy elastomers that I'm going to try to use with this Manitou fork. And the idea is I've got two spacers like that, and then a piece, so part of that's in there, then that little bit in between, and this will compress them all inside. Gonna give that a try, see what it feels like. Okay, I'm bringing it in to the Salt Lake. This was a hard one for me to return. I really liked working on it. The Bridgestones are a classic part of early 90s mountain biking history, and I really, really enjoyed working on this one. It's a beautiful, simple bike. While I was working on it, I had my Ritchie Ultra hanging up right nearby, and I kept looking up, and it was kind of this yin and yang. My Ultra's black and simple and white, and from the same era as this Bridgestone MB-1, which is also full of Ritchie parts. It's just a cool bike. The build really, really was clean. Finishing it up, I'm really quite happy with the history that it reflects. Even cleaning up that nasty fork. The Manitou 1 forks have a special nostalgic place for a lot of folks, and myself included. This was just a fun one. I'm happy to have it being available. It's available for sale right now at the Salt Lake Bicycle Collective. I'll put a link in the description that we'll see how long it lasts. It's a really cool vintage mountain bike in great, great condition. So, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Look for opportunities to give those old things new life. Get out and ride your bike, and I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.